Hey, nerds.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm well, thank you.
Were you talking to me or
No, I was talking to you.
talking to me?
Talking to you. I was talking to them, talking to you. I was talking to you through them. Vicariously.
Yes.
What's up, nerds?
We watched movies.
We did. This is, of course, as you know, Dave and Wayne of the Nerd Accord. We've come to talk to you.
Yeah.
We saw a couple of movies last week, and they were good, and we want to talk about it. Well, mostly good, one of them.
Yeah, well.
Okay. So, let's start with...
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
David Ayer, right? The director?
I believe it was David Ayer.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of hate for this movie right now. And I get it, but I don't get it.
One thing, let's talk about everything that was good and great about it. Exemplary.
I think we should just say some spoiler-free stuff before we get into spoiler territory.
Spoiler-free. If you knew Harley from where she came from, you're gonna be happy.
Yeah. For the most part, I think they nailed her character pretty well.
Yeah.
Joker,
it does not hold back on action.
No, it doesn't.
It's got a somewhat convoluted storyline, but that's part of what we're going to talk about.
Right. Joker, I didn't hate as much as I wanted to hate.
I really expected to despise every scene with him.
I could see what they were going for with that. It feels like that might be a spoilery thing. So, well, no, I don't think it is going to be. It feels like they were taking a new take on the clown prince of crime, and the new modern princes of crime would be the G thug,
era,
gangsta, whatever he was.
He was something else.
And so they were trying to go with that clown prince of crime, and
you know what? I'm gonna go turn the air conditioner back on.
Yeah, we actually had to turn it off to start the thing for reasons, and now it's back on. Or it could be secretly the old woman who secretly lives in your home. We'll never know.
Has no face.
Yes, she has no face.
What has no face?
Who guest starred in the last episode? I saw that.
Yeah, she was there.
In case you're wondering, Wayne does all the edits and all of the credits and whatnot. So,
and I have never. This is the first time I've ever done anything like that.
First time either of us have.
And so, kind of like, teaching myself, and I know that I suck mightily. So,
I think you're doing a great job.
Maybe I should watch some tutorials.
Sure, but I think you're doing a great job. Having had no experience before, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I'm probably going to put some words next to your head.
Yes, I mean, something needs to go in
toe cheese.
Something needs to go in this area because it's blank.
I don't know. It's gone blank, man.
All right. So anyway, So Harley Quinn was good. Joker was not as terrible as we expected.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Boomerang got on my nerves.
Deadshot was great.
Deadshot was good. I would have... Okay, well, that's actually... I think that is going to be spoilery, but Deadshot, I like your character.
We're not even really giving a spoiler-free review. We're just saying who we liked and who we didn't like.
At this point. Well,
At this point...
You know what? Let's just jump right...
Here's our spoiler-free review. We're about to have spoilers.
Okay, so...
That was the spoiler-free part.
Yeah, no,
so
let's
here we
jump
go.
In. Let's start with the glaring issues with the movie. I think we want to end on a happier note. So let's start with the glaring issues of the movie, which was the editing.
Yeah. There was a lot of jumping around that I mean, seasoned film goers could feel it out and figure it out and successfully watch it and figure out what's going on. But
there's a concept called the jump cut, and that's where it just startlingly changes from one scene to the next.
Sometimes mid-sentence, sometimes mid-motion.
Sure, and there are a couple of severe jump cuts. The biggest one that I could think of was the scene where Harley breaks the window, which is in the trailer, where she
You've
breaks
seen
the
it
window,
1,000 times.
Shows off her ass to pick up a bag.
And I always want to call him Randall Flagg because I'm a big fan of The Stand.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh god.
But no, his name is Rick Flagg.
Rick Flagg.
So Rick Flagg's like, "Why'd you do that?" And she's like, "We're bad guys. That's what we do."
It's what we do.
So it jumped into that, and then it jumped right out of that. There are scenes that needed to be in the movie.
It was they were just like, where can we put this thing that happened in the trailers and everybody saw? So
right, this is like they literally just shoved it in there wherever they could.
Like, hey Stan, how many articles are written about Harley's ass? Last count, 32,000 on Yahoo. It's going in the movie, Stan. I don't care what you say about how little sense it makes. It's going in the movie.
I mean, I would have liked it if they had desexualized Harley a little bit. Like, she was a bit over. I think Kim might, which Kim and Chris obviously aren't here again tonight.
There's not much room on our laps on the couch here.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a space issue. They're not able to fit on the couch, so that's...
Because I have no, actual setup. This is a chimsy camera on a laptop.
Right,
and Dave's holding a mic.
I'm holding a mic. I mean... if you want us to have a good camera, send us one. This is the way it's going to be.
That would be nice. But back to Suicide
Squad.
So
the editing was atrocious.
The editing was atrocious.
It was awful.
I felt that they could have done just fine with how they were jumping between scenes if they had only done it in the beginning, when the bad guys were getting rounded up, when they were getting thrown into their separate cells, and the whole pieces were coming together. But then once the pieces had been coming together and we're on this path all together now, and I'm blind. I'm not wearing my glasses because of glare, and I can't see if my hands are on the screen or not.
Yes,
are they?
One is.
Oh, there's one. So we're on this path. Nope. We're on this path all together. And they still do all these jump cuts. Like, this path still starts jumping all over the place.
Right.
And that's what kept it convoluted. I think that the jump cuts can be done proper, and I think that there's something that should be done in the beginning of a movie if they're going to be used, or in the end. It shouldn't be the entire thing.
Yeah, the movie, the editing was atrocious. The story was decent. I enjoyed the story, but really, the story was, of course, Enchantress, who is technically part of the team, goes rogue, releases her brother from his eternal prison.
Not so eternal prison.
Yeah. And they start to create a machine that's going to take over the minds of everyone.
A mystic machine.
And then they get defeated, obviously, by the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The characters are what really made this film for me.
Yeah.
And especially two of them, which was Harley, obviously, and Deadshot. Mm-hmm. It really
quickly became the Harley Deadshot show, which is what I kind of started calling it.
No, it really was.
Yeah,
it was
Harley, really great.
Harley, Deadshot, and their friends.
Harley, Deadshot, and their amazing friends.
Yeah.
And, Firestar came by, and Iceman was like, pew, and some poodle was sitting there.
Miss Lion.
Oh,
Aunt May came out with some cookies.
Flapjacks.
Whole
wheat flapjacks.
Oh, right. They were...
Peter Parker's favorite food.
Right.
Aunt May's whole wheat flapjacks. God bless.
And
America.
she'd
look
be
away from
in,
the camera. I am shamed.
She'd be coming in, and all their computer equipment was out. They had to flip the. There was a football statue trophy,
and all their desks flipped around, and the bookcase.
Yeah.
And the closet.
Okay, so Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends was a great cartoon.
Anyway, so. It quickly became the Deadshot Harley show. Harley Deadshot, Deadshot Harley. Let's go alphabetical. Deadshot Harley show. Sure. Sounds better.
Deadshot, I feel like, had the most character development.
I saw all this crap about how, Will Smith was Will Smith in the movie. Will Smith was Will Smith. No, he was not Will Smith. There was Will Smith elements to it, but he's not as typecast as I hear people say. In my opinion.
No, he's done some amazing, out of the box stuff, like Pursuit of Happiness.
Amazing
movie. Other movies.
Very analytical. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Well,
Ollie.
Okay, that would have been a different one.
Oh man, Ollie.
I haven't seen Ollie, so I didn't know. Anyway, the point is, so here are my two biggest issues with those two characters.
Okay.
One, and actually, this is my biggest issue with all the characters. They weren't villains. They were.
There is that.
They weren't.
The most villainous of the bunch were Captain Boomerang and Slipknot.
Right.
And Slipknot tried to run away, gets his head blown off. Captain Boomerang is like, "Oh, crikey, shit! I can't do that, mates." Right. And so that's the end of his little nefarious days.
So the most villainous thing we see throughout all of it is Harley stealing that purse. I would have loved to have seen.
They weren't villains after the team formed. Is what we're saying.
Well, they weren't even.
They were villains to get there.
Okay, so they showed this dossier which showed the villainous things they did in the past. They weren't doing anything villainous in this, and that's the thing about the Suicide Squad is even though they are doing something good, they're still who they are. They're still villains. They're still going to backstab each other. They're still going to, try to what?
Okay, sorry. I just thought of Flash is in it. Spoiler alert.
Flash is in it.
And I just thought of,
not exactly a spoiler.
Every time we see Flash, we don't see him do anything. And I'm just really hoping that the Flash movie, you never see him do anything except for stand there and then it's just like, all the bad guys are like, boom. You never see a thing. And then when they talk about it, they're like, yeah, he's like amazing. He like hits him like 85,000 times. And you never see it. Okay. Either that or you never see Flash at all in the movie. All you see is
like a red streak.
Yeah, just a red streak the entire movie.
Tangent, thank you.
And sorry, I laugh at random crap in my head when it comes up. I try to hold it in.
It's fine. There is a brief cameo of both Batman and the Flash in this movie.
Yeah, Batman's in a little more brief than, or a little less brief than brief.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne is in this movie.
Thomas Wayne is there.
Being very Thomasy.
Yep.
So, Harley, they could have toned down the over-sexualized. Like, I would have liked to have seen her wearing, like, shorts that covered her ass. Like, she didn't need to be showing off her ass every 10 minutes. I don't think that was necessary. But also, other than that, I think she was good. Also, Deadpool. Deadshot. Different character.
Deadpool was in it. That'd be great.
We don't see trick shots for him. We see the one in the beginning.
There's one in the beginning. But in the comic books, he's like... if anybody reads X-Men, Cyclops does all these trick shots, bank shots, and stuff. I gather that he's like some trick shot artist.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's the DC Bullseye. He never misses. He not only does he never miss, he always makes the shot as difficult as possible. Well, like, I don't know if always is like the shots are pretty difficult so that he can get a challenge out of it. Mind you, I don't know a ton about this character. Outside of of a few things I've seen, so I'm kind of extrapolating a little bit. But
I think I read one comic with him in it, and it was a Batman comic.
Yeah,
like the 80s or 90s,
something like that. Anyway, so they were great characters. Let's talk about Diablo, El Diablo.
El Diablo. I really liked the finished product. But to me, it was kind of his character got kind of annoying after a while. Like his whole like passive nature, but he looked so like mean and gnarly.
So,
and you knew what he could do already, but his passiveness was like.
So El Diablo, he spoiler, he kills his family when he was younger. He accidentally killed his wife and 2 kids.
Is it 2 kids?
I think he had 2 kids. Because they got into a heated argument. And then he burned them down.
Well, okay, but the fact of the matter is that he like led this California gang to like the top of the top, and he roasted anybody who like stepped against him, and he became this terrifyingly huge piece of shit. And then finally, lost his temper with his family and burned them all down.
Right.
And I'm supposed to care for this guy? And then he sits there and pouts in pacifism?
Right. After that, he decides to become a pacifist, and he doesn't want to fight. And then
he just wants to do his time.
And then at the end, he sacrifices his life to save everybody. Yeah. He's the only one that sacrifices himself to save people.
I still don't like him.
I thought he kind of redeemed himself at the end.
Yeah, I mean, he did redeem himself because who knows what that mystical machine would have done to the world.
Right.
So
they didn't actually explain that very well.
Not at all.
Enchantress, who just wiggles a lot.
Her power is like odd wiggling. Yeah. It's reminiscent of like Korean horror movies.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, totally, like Ring and stuff.
Right. So sort of a body horror kind of thing.
Yeah.
El Diablo sacrifices himself to help kill the brother.
Yeah.
He weakens the brother, and then they use this bomb to blow him to bits.
Yep.
Now, so yeah, El Diablo, he was a character.
He was a character.
Let's talk about
why is it okay? Well,
go ahead.
So we just told the audience how the brother died. I don't even know what his name was.
I actually don't either.
I think it's just referred to as her brother.
I think so.
And so
I think actually no. I was listening to the Mr. Sunday Movies podcast, and I think the brother's name was Incubus. In the credits, but I'm not 100% certain on that.
Which is a male sex demon, in case anybody was wondering.
Right.
So anyway, the Enchantress, in order to kill her or control her, you have to have her heart.
Okay, so let's talk about the character of the Enchantress. Yes.
When he
I was going to save that
down,
for the end, but
well, I'm just we can talk about that at the end, but I'm just confused as to the difference in their killability. Difference in killability.
So Enchantress, her heart had been removed by humans hundreds and millions of years ago.
Right, and whoever held it could control her.
Well, not control her so much as had, like, if you don't do what I tell you, I'm going to destroy your heart.
And then as soon as she got a chance to, you were totally screwed.
Right. And so then she releases her brother, who was being stored in Amanda Waller's apartment. Mm-hmm. And Rick Flag was dating the woman, the archaeologist, who was the human part.
Jane or something.
I think her name was Jane.
Yeah.
So Jane was an archaeologist. She found this statuette that broke. Enchantress was being held in the statuette. When it broke, she got released
and possessed
Jane.
See Jane get possessed. Possess Jane possess.
Right, exactly. She goes releases her brother, as I said, and her when Amanda Waller figures out that she's the villain, essentially, takes a pen and just starts stabbing the hell out of the heart. Mm-hmm. Well, Enchantress is like falling down. There's beams of light shooting out of her chest.
And
she's like, brother, help me! She's gonna kill me. And the brother reached into her chest like this, and then did something.
Right.
We don't know what that something is, essentially, but I don't know if he severed the connection to the heart, or if he just empowered her a bit, because I mean, the heart ends up becoming essential to defeating this character later on. So it's like, what? That's so murky.
Maybe he did break the spell, which gave her a new heart.
No, so what? She ends up getting the heart back at the end and putting it back in her chest. And making her whole again. Okay, so after, why didn't Amanda Waller just burn it? Like, set that shit on fire, kill her there. Okay, she's causing a problem. Let's make half the problem disappear by getting rid of her. Let's just burn the heart.
I don't know, because the Enchantress wasn't like actually contracted to work for her, so she couldn't just kill her like she killed her other workers.
But she was part of the Suicide Squad. She was threatening to blow their heads up in any second.
Yeah, I know. It was just silly because Amanda Waller straight up kills like, what is it, like 3 or 4 people that are working for her?
I think you need to come this way a little bit.
Do I?
No, just a hair. Like a hair more.
I came a hair.
Okay, baby.
Anyway, I think I want to go back to where I was.
So, yeah, Amanda Waller. Okay, so this cosmic event happens where Enchantress and Brother are turning people into
eyes of the enemy is what the director called them in an
looks
interview.
like giant testicles on your head.
Cancerous testicles.
Cancerous testicles on your head, which is awesome.
Cancerous testicle heads. And the crazy thing is they crumble really easy.
Right. Another bad edit was that you see these things. They're in army uniforms and they're shooting rockets at people, and like 7 helicopters get blown up because of rockets because that's why not.
Wait, what? When did that happen?
Oh, there's like 3 actually. 3 helicopters get blown up because of rockets.
Oh, when the military attacks the thing before they send in the Suicide Squad?
No, when the Suicide Squad goes in, that's the first one gets blown up. Joker's gets blown up, and then there's a third one that gets blown up after that. Yeah.
Huh.
But we don't see these army folks getting turned into these eyeball creatures, these cancerous testicle creatures. We don't see that. We don't know how that happened, what caused it.
Right.
We just see, oh no, there's these undulating
testicle creatures.
Yeah, testicle creatures. They have missile launchers
with teeth,
and then we're supposed to just accept that because
the walls have teeth.
So we're supposed to just accept that because we got nothing
else to go on, nothing else to accept.
So Enchantress, we'll talk about exactly how she gets defeated at the end.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Killer Croc. I really don't like with his. Yeah, I really don't like what they did with his character.
Yeah, he wasn't animal enough.
Well, he was
like wow. He was just way more human.
He really didn't do much.
Yeah.
Like he really didn't do much at all. He popped a couple of testicles.
Yeah.
He
stopped a few cancerous growths.
Yeah. And then
he ate a pig. Which, by the way, that's the same pig that Jared Leto served up to the castmates. Particularly in front of Will Smith, like plopped it on the table for everybody.
Yeah, Jared Leto did some weird shit.
So they
apparently stayed in character as the Joker through the entire thing.
Yeah.
Which
method actor.
Apparently
Scary.
Creeped out a bunch of people. Like, not creeped him out, but like they had issues with it, from what I understand.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would too.
Anyway, the point is that they turned him into this BET watching black stereotype.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he was. He was just an African American stereotype.
He was a token black man?
He was the token black man.
Gotcha.
Except for he was in crocodile skin. So he
in crocodile skin.
And of course
croc teeth.
Will Smith's character was wearing a white mask, so he can't be the token black guy.
Oh Lord. That's terrible.
Did we just suss out some racism in this movie?
I think maybe.
I think we just sussed out some serious racism in this movie.
I don't know. Well, they've never actually defined a nationality for Waylon that I know of. He's Southern, I think. Yeah.
Except for he wasn't in this.
We both pulled that out. He's he's from Harlem. You're right.
Just straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
Like
straight out of Compton. Crazy motherfucker named Killer Croc.
Well, it's like at the end when they ask what they want for succeeding, he's like, BET.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
all he does is he pops some testicles. He
eats a pig.
He crawls once, swims a little bit,
Oh, and while he's swimming, he pops some testicles.
But then, like, he should have been the one to sacrifice himself to blow the. Okay, to kill the brother. There was a bomb that was in some flooded subway tunnels.
Yeah.
And there was a Navy dive team there. Killer Croc said he was going to join them. He did. They put the thing up, blew up the thing.
Yay!
Blew up the brother.
Explosion.
Brother's dead.
Because they knew right where brother was going to be standing, so they knew where to place the bomb.
Well, they knew where the bomb was, so they put brother into the right spot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, fine. But why didn't he do it instead of some no-name person? When he comes back, he doesn't do anything.
When he comes back from planting the bomb?
Yeah, when Croc comes back, he doesn't do anything other than be a liability.
Well, he done did his job.
Yeah, which was nothing. They really didn't do Killer Croc's character any justice at all. Then,
well, I mean, it's not like there's too much character to develop there, and so they kind of had to throw something in there.
With you.
I haven't really seen too much of a as far as a comic book character development of him. I mean, even in the animated series, Batman the Animated Series, which, if you read the comics in the 80s and 90s, actually, Batman the Animated Series took a lot of comics and made them directly into episodes. So,
yeah. We need to wrap this up soon. I want to make this kind of short.
Okay. So,
let's get to
Enchantress.
There's still two more characters.
Two more characters.
My absolute favorite character of all time. Our absolute favorite character of the entire movie. Slipknot.
What?
Slipknot.
I thought you hated him.
No, he's my favorite because he dies real quick. I called him Jumpy McRopestein. I really wasn't sure who he was.
That was his power is better, like, figured out with Jumpy McRopestein than Slipknot.
Okay, so apparently he can tie knots really good. That's like his
really
superpower.
Good. He was known really well on Morph 17.
Yeah.
For tying all the knots off on the boats.
Yeah, the boats.
Yeah.
Or, Jenna's dungeon. where he was tying all the knots.
I get
it.
50 Shades of Dave.
So he had these this belt that had these ropes. Have you ever seen Attack on Titan? They have a very similar setup. The ropes shoot out of the devices on the belt, and they drag you up, so you can jump and get to higher places. He had one of those. He shot it. He slid up, and his head exploded, and
it was great.
That was it. Yeah, he was dead.
It was really good.
That's why he's my favorite character.
So my favorite way to get up high is to have the rest of my party members throw me up, and then they're inexplicably placed another few hundred feet up, and they keep throwing me.
Oh yeah, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, and then
it's very Final Fantasy-ish.
And then I cut Mega Bahamut in half.
Final Fantasy Advent Children, great movie. You should watch it tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
I keep looking at this. This is gonna be terrible because I keep looking at the video.
You look at the light.
I'm blind and I forgot.
Wayne had to take his glasses off because there was a terrible glare, and he is blind without them, so that kind of sucks for him.
Yeah, and I just realized what I've been looking at, so
it is what it is.
I'm vain.
You're so vain. Okay.
Probably think this post is about you.
So then my least favorite character would
Captain Boomerang. Terrible.
They turned him from like almost an aristocratic Australian to this.
Yeah, he's like all proper tea time weird guy.
Yeah, just this straight out of the bush, like out of the outback kind of
Crocodile Dundee bad guy is what they were trying to do, I think, and they just
I think so.
It didn't work.
Well, the worst part was that he threw 3 boomerangs.
And at one point, there was 2 at a time.
Yeah, and so he sometimes uses them as knives to slash stuff.
Right.
But then he only threw a couple of them, and then one that he threw had a camera on it. That was cool. Didn't have any specialty boomerangs other than that.
Yeah.
Like you should have freezing boomerangs and boomerangs that wrap you up and explosion boomerangs and all sorts of Trick boomerangs.
Taser-rangs.
Taser-rangs, yeah, totally. That's a thing.
Yeah.
And no, nothing like that.
No.
He should be the freaking Hawkeye of the team. Or Green Arrow.
And he was reduced to the, I'm going to hide behind this car and drink a beer.
Well, and see, even at the end, when, okay, they all meet up in the bar after...
an initial confrontation with the testicles.
Right, and they realize that they're probably going to lose.
Those testicles, they're bad testicles.
Will Smith, Deadshot, confronts Rick Flag with the knowledge that he was dating Enchantress. And he's like, "Are you going to tell him or shall I?" And then that kind of makes everyone disheartened. Mm-hmm. They go into a bar. They talk things out. That's when El Diablo says that he killed his family, and Harley Quinn jumps down his throat saying, "You need to own that shit."
Right.
Which, I mean, she kills people all the time. What does she care? What does she care who somebody else kills? She, in the when they showed her dossier, it says that she killed Robin.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it says that she helped in killing Robin.
No, it says she killed Robin.
That's not what I read.
That's what I read.
Well, I need to take another look.
Yeah, I mean, there's articles about it all over the place.
The article I read said that she helped in it.
Well,
I didn't actually see a still image. I'm gonna check for a still image after this.
Either way, I mean, Robin is typically shown as a kid. So what does she care?
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, that was probably the other issue I had with her character. But yeah. Anyway.
I think they did Paul Dini and Bruce Timm very proud.
Yeah, probably.
With Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Even some of the way that she said some of the Harley Quinn things.
My nose, that probably looked weird on
She
camera.
totally. I'm gonna scratch my nose too. Where's the cocaine? Anyway.
Yes, because we do rails and
tons.
rails of coke
all
before we
the
shoot
cocaines.
These. All the cocaines.
Oh shit! What did I spill? It was my coffee.
Wayne just spilled his coffee. Good job, Wayne. We'll clean that up in a minute.
So, Enchantress.
Okay, yeah, Enchantress. Okay, so
we already went over the fact that she's like a Korean horror stereotype.
All she does through the whole thing, she just does this.
Moves all weird. Does that whole weird neck cricky thing.
Yeah.
And moves around. Yeah.
She's got her heart back by the end of it. How? Doesn't matter. She's got it.
Super powerful.
She's got Amanda Waller.
Funny exchanges.
She's reading Amanda Waller's brain. So she knows how to shut down all the armies in the world.
Of course, because Amanda Waller knows how to shut down all the armies in the world.
Because of course she does. She's Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
She's almost more terrifying than Batman in the DCU.
I guess I need to like read about her.
So Amanda Waller knows everything. She knows who every superhero is.
Yeah.
She knows how to shut them down. She is like when Batman during the Tower of Babel, how he had planned how to shut down all the superheroes.
Right. If the Justice League ever went dark.
If the Justice League ever went dark, and then Ra's al Ghul stole those plans.
Straight from the Batcave.
Straight from the Batcave.
Hackety hack.
Don't talk back?
Yeah.
Okay. So Amanda Waller, yeah, she knows how to shut down everybody. And why? Because that's her job. Yeah, she's free. Knowledge is power, and Amanda Waller is power.
Nice.
Yeah. So
she knows who Batman is.
She does know.
Spoiler.
Yeah, she even shows that end credit scene.
So anyway, the bad guys have shown that they're really good guys by this point, like you pointed out, and the situation. Amanda Waller's being held by Enchantress. Everybody's kind of making their final stand,
right?
Or giving up, as it appears.
Enchantress offers them exactly what they want.
Yeah.
She offers them their life's dream. For Deadshot, it was to kill Batman. Mm-hmm. The thing that would make them happiest. For Harley, it was her and Joker to be normal and have a family.
A setting on the washing machine.
And a setting on the washing machine. For...
Captain Boomerang.
I don't remember what his was.
It's probably just some bar... Oh, he was riding a unicorn?
Maybe. He had a unicorn... He had a stuffed unicorn through the whole thing,
I
think was like their attempt to
do the Deadpool thing.
Call back to Deadpool.
Hey, you know what he's doing with his unicorn later, guys.
Yeah, I think it was a Deadpool reference.
I don't know. I've seen some images of the comic book version looking Captain Boomerang with a pink unicorn since the movie. Huh. So I don't know if that was fan art. I haven't researched that part. I guess I've been lazy.
Yeah.
But honestly, I didn't really want to research Captain Boomerang. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't really remember what all the other people's wants and wishes were.
No, those were the most memorable. I mean, I think that's all they... Croc. There would have been Croc, but...
He wasn't there at the time. Okay. They did show...
Rick Flags, and it was...
El Diablo's. They showed El Diablo's, which was to have his family back.
And they showed Rick Flags.
Which was to be with...
Jane.
Okay, so they showed those, and then I don't care about any of the others.
Yeah. They didn't show Amanda Waller's because she'd just be Empress of the world, like.
Right. So Harley Quinn, like.
Seems like she's giving in.
Oh right. There's also one more character which we forgot because she's totally forgettable in the movie, which was Katana.
Oh shite.
Katana is a hero.
Yeah.
Japanese martial artist,
and
obviously.
She works with the mercenaries, which Rick Flag leads.
Right, and her sword can steal the soul of whoever it kills.
So we know that it is some sort of magical
magic sword.
Super magic sword.
Super magic sword.
Not even a bad Japanese translation. It's a good Japanese translation.
It's the perfect Japanese.
Super magic sword. Ha!
So, Harley's like, yeah, no, I'm in. Whatever you want. I'm down. And Enchantress is like, just bow for me. And she's like, sure, whatever. And she bows down, and there's the sword right there, of course.
The magic katana!
Of course the katana's there.
Of course.
Because
everybody had been defeated, and Enchantress, like, stole all their weapons, and all the weapons were laying in front of her.
Right.
And then she told them to come forward and bow. Come forward back to your weapons and bow.
Right.
Monologuing always makes you lose.
Right.
Bad guys
quit
monologuing.
Harley Quinn goes down on her knee. She picks up the sword, slashes
the chest, the heart exposed.
They dig the heart out and like throw it up in the air because doesn't it explode with the bomb? I think somebody digs the heart out and throws it.
And somebody, I don't know.
Then Rick Flag throws a satchel charge up in the air, into the machine, and then Deadshot, of course, shoots that, which blows the machine up. And everybody wins.
Yay, and they all go back to jail.
They all go back to jail with 10 years of their sentence taken off.
Yeah, 10 years of a life sentence.
10 years of 2 life sentences for Captain Boomerang. So they get 10 years off of their sentence.
That asshole deserves it.
And then they got a something out of it. Like,
Harley Quinn got a book. It was.
She got an espresso machine.
There was a book.
Okay.
She was reading the book beforehand, maybe.
I think she might have been, but she got an espresso machine. Killer Croc got his BET.
I don't even know what Captain Boomerang got.
Yeah, I don't even care. It's just another... He was such a character that was... I mean, he was non-consequential.
Diablo got to meet his family.
El Diablo dies, so congratulations to him. He's a real winner.
He's the real winner
here. And Deadshot got to spend some time with his daughter, talking about the best way to kill people.
Yeah.
Like how the math and of course mathematics of killing people.
Of course, it was supervised by Rick Flag and Scott Eastwood, who I talked about this in pre-production, and now we're talking about how we're going overboard. But real quick, Scott Eastwood was shown several times in the previews, the trailers,
right?
And he had maybe 2 lines, and was in the background of 4 scenes.
Yeah.
And there's some heavy theories going around that he's either Tim Drake or Dick Grayson.
Right.
Which I would absolutely love, that he was put there to watch the Squad and the Mercenaries by Batman.
Right.
That would be great.
Maybe, but
why would they pull such a big name to be a background character?
Sure, but we don't know because there's so much that they cut and they re-spliced to this mess of a film that still had some great, like, if they hadn't messed with it, it probably would have been a fantastic movie.
I pass for emotion
Yeah.
motion that I pass in my mind. I say that we just watch director's cuts. Wait till the movie comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. Wait for the I wouldn't be able to do that.
I like doing the theatrical release. We can redo the director's cut later.
I have a feeling it's going to be a better movie.
I think I agree.
And there was a theory. Or if there's a Joker cut even.
There was a theory on I think it was Mr. Sunday Movies again, which we might link to in here.
Yeah, I'm lazy with links. I'll try it though.
I'll find it.
It's pretty easy. You just type it in there.
Just type
or you
it,
copy it.
It's Mr. Sunday Movies DC Suicide Squad review. You'll find it that way.
Or we'll put it in there.
Or we'll put it in there. One or the other.
Who knows?
Anyway, I forgot what he said.
He said things that were related to this movie. Was it anything about the Joker edit? Like the fact that there's a whole other movie of Joker and Harley Quinn out there?
What he said was maybe what they learned from Batman and Superman is you put out a crap movie and then you put out the better movie on DVD and everybody's going to buy the DVD.
We'll probably make more money.
Yeah.
You know what? The Ultimate Edition is recommended by me of Batman vs. Superman. Don't ever watch the theatrical release.
You're going to hear our review of the theatrical release of Bats v. Soups coming up soon. We actually mentioned that Batman was Thomas Wayne earlier in this. That's actually a spoiler for our review of Batman v Superman, which I forgot hasn't been up yet.
So, actually, maybe... Well, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll talk post-production.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
That's coming up. It's actually going to be episode 6.2.
Yep.
So look forward to that.
I'm going camping tomorrow up in Washington with our mom.
Right.
Gonna go with some family, and I'm actually going to be editing a lot of the podcasts, 6.2 and 6.3 up there.
Right. So
and
that's
I will
be coming up soon.
Doing some video. There's a river nearby. I just set the laptop up and let it take some video for a while.
Sure.
And that's going to be the background, folks.
Yeah, so you'll get to see something move.
Ooh.
Oh, that's fancy.
Not just the dog with the toupee on its head.
Right.
That was pretty good, though.
That was good. So, yeah, I think, what are we going to give this out of 10?
Out of 10? I'm going to give it a rose plant out of 10.
Right. I give it...
At least a fire log.
I give it a Harley Quinn's ass out of 10.
A Harley Quinn's ass out of 10.
Yeah. I'm actually putting this right up with World of Warcraft. I think it's about the same quality of movie.
I had more fun at this movie than World of Warcraft.
So slightly better.
Slightly better for me. Yeah.
There you go. That's our review of Suicide Squad. We never say this, but don't forget to like and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. We've
got 3 subscribers.
We have actually 4.
Aww.
I subscribed last night. No, we actually. I think we're up to 12 subscribers right now.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for starting off, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's actually some people who we don't know who've subscribed. So
I really want to know what y'all searched on YouTube to find us and stick around.
Put that in the comments. So in the comments, talk about
how you'd find us,
how you found us, and also talk about what you thought about Suicide Squad. We want to know. Is the director's cut going to be better? Is this all that we need?
We need so much more.
We need so much more. Yeah.
We need more to make an opinion on this Joker. A finalized opinion of Jared Leto.
Why was Slipknot your favorite character? I want to hear about that. I want to hear all the reasons why Slipknot was your favorite character.
Not my favorite character.
No, the commenters. Tell us why Slipknot was your favorite character. That's what I want to know.
Do you think they're all retarded? There is no right answer for that.
We love you, nerds. So yeah, who's the better love story than Twilight this time?
Oh,
Joker and Harley.
Joker and Harley, still a better love story than Twilight.
And good night. Yeah.